All right, y'all. This interview that I did with Red Snapper was a follow up to the interview that I did with her in 2023. And I tell you, a lot of things have changed. One, she's doubled the amount of followers that she has had since then. And with that comes a lot of hating. We got into it. So it's a fantastic story about, how she's been really pushing the grain. Now, she has had a lot of support as well. So I don't want to just make it seem like, she's just getting hated on. But I think she's in a good space. They hate you or they love you. So if y'all want to hear the details, the juiciness of that hating, you're gonna have to subscribe to that Apple subscription, the Founders Den. So go to Apple Podcasts, make that radio show, and you see Founders Den, and you'll be able to hear that. Besides that, I got some more of the interview for y'all lined up. Go ahead and check it out. All right, y'all. We tuned in for another episode of BankedOutt Radio Show. I am your host, Andreas, and I have CEO, Miss Patricia, over at Red Snapper Photography. Now, we did a interview back in 2023.
hmm
I'm trying to think of the origins of how we met. Did I hit you up or you hit me up? I can't remember.
I had hit you up for an interview.
Ah, that's right. That's right.
hmm
Um, what your phone
Where's
doing?
my face?
Can you still
Where?
see me?
Yeah, can you see me?
Nah, your thing went out.
Oh, okay. There we
Oh,
go.
there we go. Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, so and from since then, we did. I remember inviting you out to the cocktails and conversation that I did with Yolanda at the hair studio.
hmm
You came out there and you did that.
hmm
We talked about your photography journey,
hmm
a lot of things that are going on. I'm sure you still have more things going on now.
Yes, I
But like for the audience and I'm starting to get more people in Atlanta listening too. So I'm
okay.
just doing like a little recap,
Little
so they get
recap.
to they get to know you in the background.
Okay.
So you was inspired to do photography. Just grabbed the camera, went out there, and you like doing event photography.
Yes.
Now,
Event photography, a little
mhm,
freelance. Since 3 years, I've actually been a little bit dipping my hands in different
mhm.
genres, just not events.
Okay, so from events, where have you gone from events then, as far as like the genres?
I've actually got more business. I'm actually locked in with the transgender LGBTQ community.
Okay.
Um, so I also do like a lot of pop-up shops that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't just consist of food distribution. And
Mm-hmm.
so on top of the events, I also, I tap into a lot of events around the city, but also I go to Atlanta as well.
Okay. So what you been doing here up in the Atlanta area?
I am actually the CEO of Hot Talk Radio, Macon, Georgia division.
The
hmm
which radio is that?
Hot Talk Radio.
Hot Talk Radio. I think
hmm
I've heard that. So they got a making.
Yep, Hot Talk Radio. I have the
Oh look, they got your press credentials
press
and
badge,
everything.
Hot CEO.
That's what's
Um,
up.
yep. So I get go and access a lot in the Atlanta area as well, a lot of their events as well. So I'm very actually known in the Atlanta area at this, right now. So
That's what's up. I want to bump into you while you up here. That'll be great.
yes,
Um. So do you feel that now Red Snapper Photography is more of a media based company since you're doing all these other different things?
yes, I actually merge it in with media slash videography slash photography. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like a multi company, a multi business. So I actually merge it in with all three because I'm like I do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a multitasker. So yeah, I would say a media company. I'm actually going to merge and get that bigger soon.
That's what's up. So,
hmm
what set you on that path, since 2023? What made you
Um,
want to really, do that?
because I just don't do photography. I, talk real life inspirational stuff.
Hmm.
And I just want to be able to reach the people outside of photography and videography. I want them to know a little bit more about Red Snapper personally.
Hmm.
And just let the world understand that I'm just a regular person just like everybody else.
Yes. And I've seen where, you post about, a lot of different situations that go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we've had a lot of situations go on in the last 2 years with red sniper photography. It's gonna be really juicy.
okay, so what was the first thing that you remember since speaking with me in that last interview that has transpired?
um, yeah, hmm, I'll be trying to say one situation, but it's so many of them that comes at me at once.
Hmm.
But I actually the most memorable one is I did actually have a falling out with a promoter down here.
What was the reason for the fallout?
To be honest, I still don't understand what the reason of the fallout was. The fallout was that I did not ask for permission to come into the event.
Hmm.
But previously I have done events for this promoter. And
Hmm.
so it's not like he didn't know me. And then I had my press access. So it
Hmm.
was just at that time. I don't know if he was just trying to be nasty to me or
Hmm.
trying to prove a point. But furthermore, it was just the disrespect of my business overall, and me
Hmm.
getting put out the event, knowing for the not only the event space I have done events, but also, like I said, for him as well, and he has paid me for events. So I didn't really understand the whole falling out. Later
Hmm.
on, I got people that told me, this is what he meant and this is what he meant. But I'm like, at the end of the day, I had to go live crying because of the disrespect.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so with
Um.
me crying on live about the disrespect, about how I consistently get treated down here, that's
Hmm.
what kind of sparked a lot of people to either throw hate my way or
Hmm.
take up for him or
Hmm.
just kind of like automatically just make me feel like I was the villain in a situation where I always show support and show love.
Yeah, because like when I met you, that's all I knew. And I
Mm-hmm.
told you in that previous interview, like you are always at the different events showing love.
Yes.
And I'm thinking like from a business perspective, right? You want photographers, videographers, you want people
Mm-hmm.
like that at your events because they're being documented. I think a
Yes.
lot of people are backwards thinking in the spaces in making because it's about like, you know what I'm saying, this crab barrel mentality where they want to be seen as the king or whatever or the
Mm-hmm.
queen. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I just want to
you don't
be
go
on
anywhere
top.
with it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's Banked Out Radio Show, and I have some deals for y'all. There are some companies that I've been going, researching, looking at the different products and services that I want to turn y'all on to. So go to my deals page, check them out. Any one of them that you want to interact with, want to do some business with, you'll get a promo discount as well when you try their product. Banked Out, BankedOutt. Slide over to that page, check out what I have to offer, and let me know. And y'all not even like competing. Y'all are actually complimenting one another.
Yes. Like I get a
So,
lot of respect from the male photographers, the ones that's over me down here. And so
hmm.
for that situation to happen, and also the photographer that was doing his events, we were linked in as well. And
Hmm.
he had actually wanted me to come as a second shooter. So,
Hmm.
it's just that the behind the scenes conversations that people have with me when it
Hmm.
comes to the fronts, when it comes to actually taking accountability and saying, yeah, we want
Hmm.
red snapper here. People get nasty. They get
Hmm.
real nasty, real disrespectful. And then they just expect me to take it. And so when I snap back or clap back, then it's
Hmm.
like, we're going to make sure that your business is demonetized. We're going to make sure that we don't send people your way. We're going to make sure we talk on you in a negative way. And so
Hmm.
it's crazy. It's crazy how I show so much love, but I get so much hate.
Well, I can't say that you're doing the right thing
Mm-hmm.
because you get love and you have to get hate. And if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So
Hello.
I'm
Hello.
like, I've gotten hate myself a lot or whatever. And I had, you know what I'm saying, hate to where during my time down there was, it was a subliminal. It was people trying to do what I do, but they couldn't. And everybody
Yes.
knows who knows, you know what I'm saying? Like the podcasting world, even with the music and all that stuff. I've done a lot for a lot of artists down there and put them in a direction where they can be paid and showing them
Mm-hmm.
how to actually do the business of music. And I'm like, there's still a lot of them that still have not reached their full potential that I think. But, you know what I'm saying? That's on them. But
Exactly.
sh- knowing what I know now, even more stuff, I'm like, to me, Either you're going to put in the work to get to your goals or just stop doing them.
or just stop doing them exactly. And so I really feel in 8 years I put in a lot of work down here. And
Hmm.
so, just the, it hurts to get a lot of betrayal from people who
Hmm.
actually paid me out of their pocket to
Hmm.
do events. So the betrayal is real. And people just don't think I'm supposed to feel it. So, it's a love-hate relationship, but
Hmm.
in 3 years I've actually gained a lot more clientele and more people that actually wants me to make it
Hmm.
and you just understand, like, hey, you're judging the wrong person,
Hmm.
you're bringing the wrong person down.
Do you think you being a woman in a male dominant industry has anything to do with it? And the
Oh,
fact
like,
that you are vocal?
yes, yes. Because a lot in this business, they really want female photographers to kind of like submit to the male photographers. And if you have an
Hmm.
opinion or you're open or you're vocal, that's a problem.
Yeah, it definitely is. And then all the different stuff they do to, or try to do to females. I've
Yeah,
seen it from the photography to the music, taking advantage of them, trying to get them to do all sorts of,
yes.
sexual
And the
things and
big
things of
thing
that
you
nature.
said, take advantage.
Hmm. I've seen it a lot. So, like I said, I got like, what I'm saying, a few of these questions that I want to follow up with.
Okay.
Um, so while we're talking about the issues and stuff like that, I noticed that you posted back on December 10th. I mean, not December 10th. I'm a month ahead of now. November 10th on your Red Snapper photography page. Says a female photographer. I don't be up in men and women faces trying to get anyone. This is a proven fact. I do my job. I keep it real, professional. Ask anyone. What
Yeah.
really provoked that particular statement?
Because I have a lot of clientele, male clientele, female clientels that they want to come to me and book, but it's a lot of either they have spouses that look at me and see, well, she's a pretty attractive photographer, so she may want
Hmm.
my man or she want my woman. And the fact that nobody ever sees me be like close up flirting or like
Hmm.
just basically using my business to get men and women.
Yeah.
I get a lot of fake page DMs from people telling me, you need to leave my
Mm.
man alone. We're not gonna book you. You're blocked. We're not using you as a photographer. I actually had somebody book me for a wedding, and the wife, the
Hmm.
fiance at the time, she inboxed and said, "You and I don't want no photographer looking better than me at my
What?
wedding."
See, hold on. She said that I don't want no photographer looking better than me.
Yes,
That's crazy.
that's the same thing I said, and I
It's,
got blocked instantly.
so you didn't even get that job.
No, it was an $800 job. Well, I was mad.
Mm.
Yeah.
I would have been pissed too or whatever. Did the fiance, the husband, reach out to you and let you know anything, or
No, she blocked his page, blocked my page, no contact. It was
so
just
just
like,
because of your
wow.
aesthetics,
Yes, because my
she
mother and my
felt
daddy made me beautiful.
she felt intimidated by that.
Yes. And I
So
get a lot of that down here.
do you think that's like I guess that's being like gorilla, was it no, Godzilla bride on
Bridezilla.
steroids?
Mm-hmm. Oh, she was a Bridezilla. That's
Wow.
what that's what I understand, because they talked to me together, and then when she see my face, because they thought I
Mhm.
was a man. A lot of people feel like it's a man behind the company, but it's actually a woman. And so when they look at me, the first thing they think is she's coming to get my man, or I don't want my man's eyes
Mhm.
wandering off to look at her while she's taking the pictures. Not my professionalism, not
Mhm.
my pictures or how good my
Mm.
work is. It's literally based off of insecurity.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's like a whole new level of just delusion. Like people are coming up with delusion like every single day. Like it's
Every day.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I have other promoters and a whole lot of
Hmm.
people back me up and say, I don't care what they say. The first thing people say, I don't care what they say about you, wrestling photography. You a great person. And I'm
Hmm.
like, well, who's saying something? Because I don't really hear these things when I go outside.
You're not going to hear them. That's the
You
thing. It's
know,
going to come back to you through other people, just like with me. So you're going through the same stuff I went through.
yeah.
And the fact that you're not from Macon, I remember you saying you're from Colorado.
Yes, I'm actually
That
hard. brat, so I was born and raised I was born in Aurora, Colorado, raised in Colorado Springs.
Yeah,
So,
so the fact that you didn't grow up in Macon, you have no real ties to it as far as like, ancestral roots or whatever.
mm-mm,
You know, this is like in a lot of different places, but it's very prominent with the Macon culture. Like even when I was doing stuff and getting started back in 2005, 2006, people were not receptive to me. And once I left, well, I didn't leave Macon. I was still in Macon. I just stopped doing stuff in Macon. Started working
mm-hmm,
with people in Griffin, people in Fort Valley, Warner Robins, whatever, parts of Atlanta, and showcasing that. Then that is what, what I'm saying, get everybody in Macon to see like, okay, well, I'm starting messing with them. And then they saw that, what I'm saying, I wasn't being a robber of the culture. I was
mm-hmm.
actually benefiting people and actually to my detriment because I could have been doing, what I'm saying, a lot of other stuff and making way more money.
Exactly. Exactly.
And they finally caught on to it. And then I caught that celebrity type of, what I'm saying, clout down there because so many people had tuned in and I was putting out interviews like crazy. I was doing events like crazy. Like one year I did like 100 in-depth interviews
Oh wow.
plus 5 or 6 different pop-up shops. So that took it up to about 175. And then on top of that, I also hosted about 2 or 3 business events. And I was in the community doing a lot of nonprofit stuff. So I was all over the place. And people saw, what I'm saying, the brand and logo and recognized it. I would be
Mm-hmm.
in different attire, representing a different company, and they still walking up to me talking about banked out. And when you reach that status or whatever, people start knowing you or whatever, then
Mm-hmm.
people start to hate
Oh
because,
yeah. Tell me
yeah,
about it. That's my
well,
life.
well, that's because you're, like I said, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
You're
And I'm
moving in
not
your
in the
purpose.
way. I'm literally out
Exactly.
the way.
You're not in the
So
way.
no. I
But
stay in my
everybody,
lane. I don't step on other photographers' toes.
hmm
They all reach out to me at the 478 Awards. I had the
hmm
big photographers. They
hmm
get major respect down here. Hey, what's up? They call me Big Dog. What's up, Big Dog?
hmm yeah,
And so I'm like, okay,
that's
so
because they see your work. And I
they
don't think
see
you'll
me
ever
working.
get it from the
Mm-hmm.
photography community itself. It's from the ancillary industries that, what I'm saying, work with photography and stuff because you're doing something like you're living a successful life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
You are being paid off of something you love to do.
exactly. Exactly.
Everybody can't say that.
No. And everybody can sit that everybody doesn't have the clientele and been in the rooms that I've been in. And so that also creates another spark of intimidation
Hmm.
and
Exactly.
like curiosity as well. And like, who is she? Oh, who she
Hmm.
thinks she is. And I'm like, hey, I'm just a photographer like you are.
But
It's
everybody
your
don't
purpose.
have the bandwidth, they don't have the smarts, they don't have the networking skills
Mm-hmm.
to
And
go out
so
and
my smile, it gets me in room, and my energy gets me in rooms that I
hmm
never thought I would have been in. Like
yeah.
I never thought I would have been in, seen Malcolm Jamal Warner in person. I
hmm
never thought I would, God rest his soul, or Drew Hill. Like it's a
hmm
lot of people that I grew up with watching that I never thought that just me being picking up a camera would get me in the rooms.
Yeah. I'm glad you've been able to have these experiences and the fact that you keep going.
And I keep going and I think that's intimidation because they people see me, I battle illnesses and stuff like that. And I go
Hmm.
through my stuff medically and they
hmm
just still see me still popping out in spite of probably the very next day after a surgery. Like
Well, Bev, you're doing it on that. But make sure, what I'm saying, you keep that balance though, because we need you around and stuff like that.
yes, that's what I'm learning now. Since I'm
Hmm.
little known now, like you gotta take
hmm
time for yourself, Red. You
You
just gotta
you do.
sit.
You really do have to take time for
Yeah,
yourself. So
yeah.
what, like new collaborations have you been able to do over the years since and the ones that like really stick out to you?
The collaborations that really stick out to me. I've actually had a Detroit artist come down and she collabed with me. I actually had Janaya J. She is a new and upcoming artist.
Hmm.
She's collabed with me as well.
Hmm.
As far as big names, going to Stacey Adams as a recent at the Stankonia Studios.
Okay.
He booked me, and I actually came to St. Onis Studios and recorded his interview with Grip,
Mm-hmm.
with Big Grip. And so, yeah, the 478 Awards,
Mm-hmm.
the Soul Jam Festival, just linking in with all of these Southern Soul artists.
Mm-hmm.
That's been major for me. That's been
Yeah.
real major for me.
That's what's up. I'm proud of you, and
Yeah.
I'm happy for you as well.
Yeah, and then
Um,
going to like big
mhm.
events, like big concerts where you have to pay $100, and hey, Red Snapper, come on in.
Exactly. Hey, that's those are some of the privileges you get. Because I've
Yeah.
been up here working, like I said, on reality show, working with an artist, and getting her stuff, and like shot her Grammy consideration videos. Shot did the Grammy mixer event, filmed that where she went to a Grammy mixing party. You know what I'm saying? Had a Sony Studios.
Hmm.
All sorts of different things. Pulled me along to go shoot behind the scenes podcast interviews and stuff like that.
Oh
So
wow, that
yeah,
is
so
great.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
look, that's the thing. You network with people and people who feel your energy. And this was all based off
Hmm.
the interview I did with her back in May of this year.
Yep.
So I did an interview.
Great.
She's in the same county I'm in,
Oh wow.
actually in the same city. We met each other actually over the next county over in Cobb County.
Hmm.
And after that interview, we started working with each other within about a month. And since then, we've been to all different places. She's, like I said, very successful indie artist. She has charted twice on iTunes. Yeah, got the plaque and everything.
I need to follow her.
I'll send her info. She's a
Oh,
very dope person. We went down to Miami and I shot that footage. I put together a documentary for her.
hmm.
So yeah, I've been shooting stuff. Like I said, out photography is your thing, and you know what I'm saying. I
Hmm.
stay in my lane. 'Cause-
Yeah,
but
photography,
videography
a
work
little bit of
though.
videography. So, but
Hmm.
I tell people when you book me, don't book me for to edit your videos because
Uh-huh.
I'll go live for you, do many clips, but big long
Hmm.
videos. The longest video that the video that I did do was with the Little Richer House,
Hmm.
and I actually shared that actually about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. How long that video ended up being for you?
It ended up being 4 minutes.
Okay. How long did it take to edit?
Well, yeah, about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I definitely understand. Well, I get it.
Yeah.
But I love editing stuff now. Now I'm in the point to where I'm shooting so much different content. Like I said, a reality show, documentaries, which I'm trying to get artists to understand they need to hire photographers and videographers to document their process. If they
Yeah.
do that, they will have plenty of content for their social media
Mhm.
handles.
I actually do behind the scenes. I just did a behind the scenes on Saturday with the artist 40 Cal. He
Hmm.
had a mic'd up in a photo shoot. So
Yeah, so stuff like that
yeah,
needs to happen.
it needs to happen, most
Um,
definitely.
I'm working on a cooking show. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? But girl, I tell her she got a cooking show, but you know what I'm saying?
I
She's
need
a
to come
baker.
on a cooking show because I'm a cook. I cook. I cook. I
I
need to
actually
look
did
that
a
Red Snapper. Red Snapper cooks on her show.
when I'm gonna when once I get her situated, we get in like a commercial kitchen space we can rent or something like that. I'm gonna push her towards that. I've done got other like food critics who got like 20, 30, 40,000 views or whatever following her page and stuff. So I'm like, she has a talent. I just gotta get her to, like, what I'm saying, to
Get
showcase
her.
that a whole lot more
Hmm.
because it's about putting out the content now.
Exactly,
And
because that's what's making
everything
your
is
money.
content.
It's content, content, content. And so yeah, most definitely. I try to stay within
Hmm.
my margin in
Yeah.
my area. So,
Hmm.
in Atlanta, I have done the Sweet Auburn Festival twice.
Oh, that's what's
Uh,
up.
so yeah, so like in Atlanta, I go to a lot of events as well. Sweet Auburn
Hmm.
Festival. I've been in with the Lil Jon and East Side Boys. Oh
Hmm.
yeah, they know me real good.
Yeah. I was at Wick's birthday party and recorded it. And yeah, I got pulled in that again with the artist
Mhm.
and recorded that performance, the Ghetto Mafia,
Ooh,
Young Bleed. I got like his performance, and he just recently passed
just
here at the
recently
beginning
passed.
of the
Yeah. When I
yeah,
did
so I
the
was
Push the Power tour, I met all of them.
mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And yeah, I'm like there's a lot going on.
Yes.
So
I'm like, wow.
yeah.
Great.
So I'm like, you really, what I'm saying, I really love the fact that you have elevated and you're out there and you're chasing your dreams and you keep going.
Man, I keep
So,
going.
mm, what milestone did you hit in 2024? Because I remember you saying in the previous interview, like you like to set goals and stuff. Was there a goal that you set or a milestone that you hit that really stuck out for the year 2024? And then also follow up to that, what have you hit so far for 2025 that, did-
The goal in 2024 was just to really get out there and get outside of events, like music
okay.
events. I wanted to do, all events. I just want to be versatile. And so in 2024, I did have a goal of linking in with Tiger Entertainment and Consultants. Get a press pass, get up and show up at a bunch of his events. He had booked me for one event, and then I kept showing up. So I had a goal to like actually get 10 more businesses, 10, like 10. And I actually got them
So what's up?
for
Congratulations.
2025 and to pick up my clientele because in 2023, my following was like 1.2K and now I'm at 3.1K. And that is just organically. That's just me organically getting that and getting way more followers. And I'm way more out there now to where people see me in the grocery store and like, you're Red Snapper. And I'm like, well, hey.
Yeah, yeah. Just understand what the outcomes to that too, though. The bigger you get, the less autonomous you can be, because people will recognize you. So you got to take the good with the bad with all that or whatever.
Yeah, so I kind of embrace the good more in order to keep pushing me because the bad will make me crash. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I get that. Now, I did want to ask, since you are very transparent, like I am,
Mhm.
and you post stuff on social media about difficulties and stuff, do you feel that it might hinder business, or do you feel like what's for you is going to be for you, regardless of how you put the information out there?
Really think of it as what's for me is for me.
Hmm.
I used to like think of like don't share that on your business page. I
Right.
still try to separate it, but when they're mixing my business and personal too much, it's kind of hard to try to keep my business in that professional level that I want it to be. So
Yeah.
sometimes I have to get into my personal Patricia
Mhm.
face and have to give them the business.
Love it. Gotta give up first on Patricia face and have to give them the business. You spend bars over here. Okay, so you work with a lot of artists, right?
Mhm.
Especially in the middle Georgia area.
Yes.
Name three artists right now that deserve to be spotlighted.
Wow. Three artists. Yes. Ice Cold,
Okay.
Lover. I love Kosha
Mm-hmm.
Milan.
Mm-hmm.
It's also another artist, 40 Cal. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
have more, but 40
Mm-hmm.
Cal, those are my top three right now.
Now, why are those artists? Why? What makes them stand out to you?
It because their music is different.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't understand their music because they're looking at what they do personally.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like their drive, their passion.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that sometimes a lot of people don't, they know them, but personally they don't be out there like
Mm-hmm.
out there. And so I like their drive, and I've personally connected with each one of them, and so I understand their back history and why they're fighting so hard for their careers.
That's what's up. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And so,
Have you seen a change, or have you noticed anything with the, I guess, event photography? Are there more people pouring into it? Are there people leaving it? How's that
um,
particular aspect of the industry?
since 2023, it is more photographers pouring into it. And so it's not that I don't want to show up at every event. It's just that I'm trying to
Hmm.
let the new coming in photographers, female
Hmm.
photographers, because now more than ever, I see way more female photographers now. And so, me personally, I like to think I had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, well, that's why I was asking that question because, like I said, you really came onto the scene and nobody was like really, from my understanding, and that was on my radar, really hitting that particular aspect of the industry like you did. So that's why I
Mhm.
definitely wanted to do that interview with you and give you your flowers and stuff because you're like a trendsetter
Yeah.
and you're out here blazing the path for others to follow. So in regards with the last question, who are two female photographers that are like, you like their work and they're coming up.
I can't remember their name.
Okay, well, hey, we
But
can
on
always
my
add it
friend,
later.
one of them is Sisti. I can't
Hmm.
really pronounce her name. And one of them was I was at the 478 Awards with. I
Hmm.
don't know her name as well, but she was there last year as well. So I really like her work. Like any female photographer that's willing to network with me, I'm with it.
Hmm.
But I can't network with
Hmm.
female photographers that is using it as a competition.
Yeah,
So
because again, y'all
yeah,
can only do so much anyway in a day. And I'm like,
exactly.
let's say if you had 300 clients, ain't no way you can get all of them. You see what I'm saying?
No, I cannot.
That's a lot of work for an
Yes.
individual. So what are your plans for like going into the future? How are you really going to scope out your business, and do you plan to bring others up under your brand to where, you have now a photography production company?
That is my 2026, 2027 goal.
Okay.
To actually try to, either start teaching how I shoot or
Mm-hmm.
just bringing people who want to do photography on.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a bigger expansion. One big major goal for me was actually to get a free listing in the black pages of Making Little Georgia from Mr. Hammersham.
Mm-hmm.
When I did the expo, the community
Mm-hmm.
event. And so that was really major. And since then I've had actually more female photographers like, we want to get
Mm-hmm.
to know more about you. So I really,
Mm-hmm.
or can we work underneath you? So
Mm-hmm.
I look at it as when the revenue comes, I'll be able to hire people on.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Definitely. I love that. I love that you have that mindset.
Yeah.
What are you doing to actively like push your business outside of, the middle of Georgia? Like, are you going to do more podcast interviews, which I actually encourage you to do because you have the personality for it.
Yes. And
More
starting
placements and
in
things like that.
2026.
You said, oh, that's what you're going to start out with 2026.
I am. I've already told people that I'm going to start doing interviews because a lot of artists and a lot of people ask me why don't I start doing podcast interviews. Since I
Mm-hmm.
do the lives, that'll be a great thing. And so I actually have 5 artists actually ready for
Mm-hmm.
2026, and one of them is actually in Minnesota.
Mm. So
So
you're
there's
actually going to do the podcast where you're the host.
yes,
Oh, so yeah, we're gonna have to talk after this, so I give you
yes,
some pointers and stuff like that.
yes.
So when we get done with this interview, don't hang up or nothing like that.
Okay,
Oh yeah, because I got some stuff I want to point your way.
okay.
Let's see here. I think we really talked about every. Oh, I do remember you wanted to get into the boudoir photography. Did you ever do that?
I actually linked in with a big photographer in Atlanta who does it and makes money. And so right now, I haven't told anybody I'm actually in training. He's actually training me behind the scenes to how to do different shoots.
That's what's up. So I got me exclusive here.
Yes, you did. You got your exclusive because I don't tell nobody. So you're the first one to know that I am actually working with 3 photographers who do boudoir in Atlanta. I can't, and so yeah, they have actually reached out to me to take me
Uh,
under their wing, and I actually have about 5 photographers, big ones down here making that
mhm.
doesn't even mind me using their studio. I don't even have to like use mine. They're like, you can come and use my big equipment. So that's the respect. It's the respect that I'm getting now that I
Mhm.
appreciate. So the drama, I understand that's gonna come,
Mhm.
but it's the
Yeah.
respect that I get when I step out. Nobody's in
Hmm.
my face trying to tell me
Hmm.
what they feel. They actually giving me my flowers. And
Hmm.
actually I get DMs every day that you deserve your trophy. You should have got nominated, and I'm like,
Hold on,
maybe next year.
you didn't get nominated.
No.
Look, I'm gonna just say this.
But I do get press assets. So I do appreciate Snap for,
Hmm.
allowing me for 3 years straight to
No,
come in and do my press assets. So the goal is to be on that videographer
mhm.
category next year. That's the goal.
Yes, which will be great. Now, I do have my own thing about the 478 awards as far as from a organizational standpoint.
Hmm.
Some things can be done. I like the initiative, never like really hated on it, but
Hmm.
I'm a different type of person where, I've ran and sat on different committees and stuff like that. So I know how things
Hmm.
should be structured in a manner to where it'd be way more involvement.
Yes.
But hopefully they'll be able to, keep it up and stuff like that or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I
No
hope
hate,
so
like I
because it
said,
really sets the spotlight on making. So,
it
I really
does.
hope that they start, expanding more categories.
Hmm.
When it comes to videography and photography, I really
Hmm.
wish that they would put a photographer
Hmm.
category, so
Hmm.
therefore we can see who's all,
Hmm.
great. Because I see the people in the like the marketplace, and people
Hmm.
put my name down for like different photographer
Hmm.
events, like photo shoots. So
Hmm.
I'm getting to learn a lot about Warner Robins, Atlanta,
Hmm.
like a lot of photographers. I go do my
Here's my
I'm,
idea. I think that they should move the award show around.
yeah.
Like go from Macon to Warner Robins to Dublin because it
Yeah.
says 478. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want it to be just a cutoff point because in doing so, it will have a bigger impact because you have what 11, 12 counties that make up Middle
Mm-hmm.
Georgia.
Making middle
So
Georgia.
why not go and have move it around to all these different locations?
Yeah.
Therefore, that regional community now starts to support it even more. So then
Mm-hmm.
when people win these awards, when you get support like that, then resources come, right?
Yep.
Bigger publications come. They're like, well, hold on, we got this community down here that's just doing this thing and it's
Mm-hmm.
showing and highlighting all these people
Mm-hmm.
that will attract
That
more
attracts more
investors.
outside counties
Uh-huh.
without their artists and stuff that's like letting the cut. Cause
Exactly.
it's some real good artists down here in the woods.
Yes,
We
they
just
really are. I've
we
met
need
a
to
few
get
of
we
them.
need to start going in the woods down now.
There's some that I met a few years back. I met one in Sandersville that was really dope. Did an
Okay.
interview. I drove out, that's an hour away. I drove all the way out there just to do the interview. It was set up with DJ Kryptonite at the time.
Ooh.
Um, but when you do stuff like that, then when people win those awards will be even meaningful
Mm-hmm.
outside of 478 because now you have an infrastructure to where like it's like, you know what I'm saying, people winning the Grammy. Grammy is not centralized.
Mm-hmm.
It's big enough to know, Hollywood Unlocked with Jason
Mm-hmm.
Lee. It's not centralized.
Mm-hmm.
It's big enough and it can get to that point if all the right steps are taken.
Thanks.
Um, I'm trying to
Thanks.
think, was there anything that I left off the table with you?
Um, No, I just want everybody to stay tuned in because 2026 is going to be an epic year for Red Snapper Photography. More doors is opening for me
Hmm.
right now that I can't speak on, but
Hmm.
I did give you one exclusive door,
Hmm.
and so it's just really getting outside of making because I do go up north, so I'm
Hmm.
really I'm really really goal structured on that household name nationwide,
Hmm. Yes.
worldwide. I do have a lot of following in Africa as well.
Oh,
So
that's what's up.
yeah, I have a lot of following in Africa. So it's just, just people just looking at me and seeing that outside of the hate and the personality that I'm a great person and that
Hmm.
I'm not here to take nobody's place. I'm in a competition, a league of my own. And I just want people to be able to come to me and
Hmm.
just say, hey, Red Snapper, how do you get on here? Like,
Hmm.
ask me about my journey. Ask me about my life before, taking a
Yeah, try to
judgment on me.
assume.
But yeah.
Exactly. So let people know how can they reach Red Snapper if they want to like follow, subscribe, share, whatever the case may be,
Oh, yes.
book, consult, all those things.
Yes. Yes, you can reach me on Facebook. Follow me, Red Snapper Photos, Red Snapper Photography LLC, on Instagram at a photo Red Snapper, and I have a TikTok that is Red Snapper. YouTube as well. I am going to start uploading more content on my YouTube. So I'm getting in the hang of it. But yes, and you also can reach me at 678-891-8743 for any consultations, any events, private photography shoots, family shoots, events, parties, just because funerals. Hey,
Yeah, yeah. You
we're in
document it
it.
all.
Yes, I
Exactly.
do it all. Yes.
So y'all there, y'all have it as Red Snapper. Y'all make sure y'all go follow,
Yeah.
support, share, inquire, consult, pay her for her time now. Don't be sitting there just wasting her time. I'm
Please
not an
pay for my
advocate of
time.
wasting people and wasting their time.
Thank you.
Y'all keep on supporting, y'all keep on supporting the platform
Yes.
and look forward to all the other interviews that we have for y'all.
Yes. Thank you.